Greetings, Goddess Body, Mind, Spirit community. This is your Goddess Guru, Tyrone Milade. So happy to be with you here in this video that I'm making about the full moon in Cancer. And yeah, I'm a little bit later than everybody else, but as life would have it, this was my first opportunity to sit down and talk about this full moon. Actually, you're just going to kind of see it unfold organically because I didn't have time to take notes. It's 7:42 p.m. Central Time, and I want to get this video out to all of you. So, yeah, let's talk about this. First and foremost, I hope that you all are doing well, that the beginning of the year is kicking off nicely. Yes, a lot of crazy stuff going on. um, and I just say we were born for such a time as this. And the best thing we can do is to be as proactive as we can. And I just say, lean in the direction of your destiny. If you've got to make a choice about what to do, just say, what am I here to do? And do that. It will take you very, very far. Another thing that I think is really interesting today is that um, Martin Luther King Jr. Day is on this full moon. And Cancer is a sign that is about history. And I thought this couldn't be a better event for this astrological event, to have Martin Luther King Jr. Day at this full moon, at really a pivotal time in history. Like, wow. Again, y'all are going to see this unfold for me. At a really pivotal time in history, especially with the United States embarking upon the Pluto return next month. I don't remember the exact date, but we're in the midst of it anyway. So, yeah, we're in the midst of a Pluto return, which I want you just to think about the Pluto return being that um, time when this country first began. And it's time for a rebirth for the United States of America. It's just the only way to put it. Like, let's just say it how it means, how it will be reborn. I don't think it's all the people. And I certainly don't believe it's all the government. And I certainly don't believe it's all the people who would love to have the United States move back. There is no question in my mind. And I say this with complete and utter certainty that the Pluto return is also in the hands of Pluto, meeting Pluto, and it's also in the hands of the divine. Because I'm telling you, I have seen some things happen that I'm like, it's nothing but an infinite wisdom that supersedes our limited human consciousness. Honestly, the majority of us, me included, we operate from our human consciousness more than we operate from a higher expanded consciousness. And so, thank the goddess that there is this infinite wisdom, that there is a plan that has been laid out. And I don't feel like it it dictates everything that we do, but what I will say is that this plan knows when, like, it's an ultimate vision, and that vision will happen. It can happen easy, it can happen messily, but it will happen. Um, and so this full moon in Cancer, which is about history, the United States of America was born during this season of Cancer. This full moon in Cancer happening on the day of Martin Luther King Jr. It has to be significant. So just right here, right now, I continue to call on the energies of, I'm going to call on Martin Luther King Jr. for sure, because this is your day. But we know that this day represents everybody who has done their work, has played their part. I'm talking about the ancestors who have done their part to help liberate oppressed people in this country. We also are calling on the spirit and the highest energies of the Native Americans who lived here prior to all of the ships coming over and all of the colonization and the takeover of these lands to become the United States of America. We call on the Native American ancestors of light to speak to us through this full moon, to lead, guide, and direct us during this Pluto return. We are grateful to you. We honor you. We see you. We see your descendants. We hear you. We call on the ancestors of the Africans who are those of us who are now natives of this land, the Africans who were brought over on these ships. We call on our ancestors who have led the way and paved the way to help liberate our people and to make it so that we can live decent lives, so that we can self-actualize and become who we were born to be without struggle, so that we can walk in abundance, so that all people, because when Black folk fight for liberation, everybody profits. Okay. And we call for all the freedom fighters because we know there were so many who fought, so many of, I'm going to call you the Euro ancestors who fought for freedom, of that knew enslaving other humans was wrong and you did your part to free us. You know, we think about the Underground Railway. We think about all of those ancestors who did their part, the Euro ancestors who did their part to help liberate Black folk, to help liberate women, to help make things better because you know, oftentimes because of your skin and your privilege, you can do so. So we honor you. We honoring all of the ancestors from all of the different ethnicities who have been dropped into not this melting pot, but on these lands of shared space with mixed ancestries, with mixed nationalities. We know that there have been ancestors from Mexico, from Italy, from the Caribbean, such as Haiti, and from Latin America, other Spanish speaking countries. We know that there have been some from Africa. It's been a lot of those of us who have ancestors from all around the world who have been here and fought. I'm gonna say Jamaica because I just had my friend on talking about how her family came here from Jamaica, all the islands. Okay. I'm missing things because I'm not a historian, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to cover us all. We're calling on all the ancestors of light, the great ancestors who are leading, guiding, and directing us. Tap into our consciousness through this full moon and show us what is it that we are supposed to do. We give you thanks right here and right now for what you have done, but we know that you are leading us, you are guiding us, you are directing us. It is not a coincidence that this full moon is on MLK Day. And so we say Ashe, and so it is. And so, you know, another reason why I'm just like really pinging about this MLK Day, full moon in Cancer, combined with this Pluto return is because look at this. Pluto is a part of, and you'll see me looking off to the side because I have a different screen. Pluto is a part of this moon. Pluto. Now we could say that this moon is a moon of um opening up our power, unleashing and unlocking our power, helping us to tap the power within, looking at our issues of power and control. We can say that. Um, you know, Cancer is about the motherland. It's about family and nurturance and history. And so perhaps what we need to do is to continue to study history. You know, oftentimes I was telling my son that oftentimes if you really want to know what's going to happen in astrology, you must study history. It blew my mind when I started studying astrology and started realizing how many times astrologers will go back and look at the transits of that day to find out what was going on. And that same transit is happening now. And you can't know exactly how it's going to play out, but you can predict the themes. And so I think it's important for us to remember history, to make sure that we are speaking true history. Um, and that we allow the history to, for me, and you know, I would love to hear from you when you see this video in the comments. For me, oftentimes I feel like history is an oracle. I will watch something historical and I'm just like, those ancestors just talked to me through. that program. So I do encourage you to open up and empower yourself through history. Okay. Um, so let's see here. What else? We got Venus in Capricorn. We got Pluto. There's some issues around power and money also are a part of this moon. And it might be one thing I want to say on a personal level is that this moon could be asking you to look at your emotions and look at what role is your emotions playing in how much are you operating within your power and how much money you do or do not make. One thing I'm going to tell y'all that I have found to be true, like as my mama would say, the true truth, what I have found to be the true truth is that when I tap, when I find ways to unlock and unleash emotion inside of me, my value and my self-worth go up, and therefore how I'm compensated goes up, and my ability to get money flowing in goes up. My ability to hear people saying, "Ooh, that helped me so much," or me to show up and present myself in a way and present what I share, my gifts, my talents in a way where I'm unapologetic. It is 100% unlock and unleash the emotions. The emotions tell so many stories about, you know, what has happened to you. They hold memories. Again, just tying this all into Cancer. Maybe because Pluto does have to do with purging, some of us need to be taking this moon to purge some emotions slash memories. It's very important. Do you want to make advancements in your life? Then it is important for you to have a healthy emotional body. Maybe you need to go talk to a therapist. Maybe you need to come work with me and we could do some tapping and some hypnosis. And you can begin to learn other modalities that will help to bring in more ease and flow and unlock emotions. Because I'm telling you, just watch that one movie. Y'all know I always forget the names of this movie for some reason. Inside Out. I got it. Boom. It came to me. Thank you, Spirit. The way we saw that that those those emotions get locked in that little girl, but what was the emotion really? It was a story. It was a memory. And so these whatever's stored inside of us, this is what we're playing out in our lives. And the more we begin to just say, you know what, I'm going to unlock that memory. I'm going to, release that emotion and just get clear. To me, the best thing to do is to get to a place where you feel centered and peaceful, and to a certain degree, neutral. And then we begin to get the clarity that we need. So I think that that's something else to consider with this moon. How much emotional work do we need to do in order to have more success? Because part of this eclipse, I mean, not this eclipse, this full moon is happening in Capricorn. And so, it's like home and emotions versus success and, being pretty largely financially successful. Um, this is what these are the things that we want to be thinking about. And so the emotions as it relates to success, or the other thing is, home and family as they relate to work and career. These are things that we want to be looking at. Um, but that Pluto being in there is just telling. It's very, very telling. Um, I think that for me, the full moon has been beautiful. Um, it actually has been one of me cleansing and purifying and purging and moving to a place of I'm just gonna start operating from a place of power because yeah, it's more fun. But just literally, um, my younger son went back to college today, so it was just really cool that my husband was here because he's been taking care of his dad quite a bit, so he's often not here. But we all three were here together, and just chatting and having a good time, and, I've cooked and just been very motherly and wifey like today, and so it's, like, literally played out for me in that way, and, I honored MLK Day today by, um, making calls, for the college where I went to the alumni who, um, have donated, and told them thank you. Um, yeah. Have I done anything else? I don't know. I've just been, yeah, really caught up with family, really caught up with family. Um, Something else about this full moon in Cancer that I think is important is if you can think back to like 2000, I want to say 17 and 18. Even 2019, and oh my god, that full moon at the top of 2020. Ooh, but we started seeing eclipses, maybe it was 2018. I always go with, when did I help with initiations? So 2018, not 2017. 2018 is when we first started seeing eclipses in Cancer. And whether you know astrology or not, that Cancerian house, along with the Capricorn house, have been major topics of interest. And we stopped having them last year in Cancer and Capricorn, maybe in the middle of the year. I can't remember. And I just remember thinking that, uh, we needed a break from those eclipses, and that what we are experiencing at this full moon could be the culmination of something that got kicked off, um, in with the those eclipses, and I do plan on talking about what this moon potentially could mean for each sign. So I want you to just take the key words that I'm gonna share, and actually I'm gonna bring up a little cheat sheet that I like to use. But I want you just to use these words, or, the key words that I share with you all to, hold on. I can't talk and do this at the same time. I've accepted I'm multi-passionate, and it's not all the time a good thing, but I'm not good at multitasking. Okay. But anywho, yeah, we could be culminating, and I want you to just kinda take the words and think about it for your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. Um, yeah, yeah. Hold one second. Let me do something different. Window, boom. It's easier to share this way. Okay, so let me see if there's anything else I wanna mention. Let's see here. Nothing in Scorpio, Pisces. I'm gonna include that Neptune. So this could be a very spiritual, um, so it could be some let me see here. Neptune sextile this moon. It adds an element of deep spirituality and otherworldliness. Oh, even thinking about the ancestors who we called on, you know, maybe the ancestors will seek to speak to us. And it could be more love and compassion. It's interesting. My husband was going to go speak somewhere for MLK Day, but it got canceled because of snow, and, he was like, "I was gonna let them have it." It was something to the effect of, people want to let me summarize it because I remember what he said now. He said, "People wanna take the message that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had that was freeing a certain group of people, they weaponize that message against that very group of people." And he was gonna let let them have it because this is out in East Tennessee with very, very few black people and a whole lot of white people for this MLK Day. And I was like, "Oops." I was like, I went on Hope, because I posted for my nonprofit today, something about we still have hope, because I just feel like it's, like, really rough right now. Like, we feel like maybe one moment hopeful, and then the next moment we may feel a little despondent with the world right now. And so I chose a quote by Dr. King that was like, "Yeah, sometimes we're gonna feel down, but we can't let this thing be forever." I'm not good with like repeating quotes and stuff like that. I can't repeat it, but I can see why I went in the direction that I went in, with this Neptune, give sending energy into that moon. Um, the Neptune has to do with compassion. I can see this being a really emotional moon for some people also. Because come on, y'all, it's Cancer. It's a Cancer full moon. Let me see here. Aries and Libra and let me see here. I don't think I'm gonna include anything else actually in the moon, but of course we have Mars over in um, Sagittarius, which is definitely bringing, for this chart, it's bringing some fire. And let me see here. We have Sag, Aries, Leo. It's in a Leo decan, and it's Leo and then Virgo. Leo. So, yeah, this is a Mars today where this Aries, it's bringing hope. It's bringing a message of, being a leader. Like, wow, that Mars using a system that I know, it's in a Leo energy. Also, it's King Day. I'm like, okay, I see you. Virgo service. So yeah, maybe something else that we can be thinking about is, you know, how can we be of service to make the future better? That's something else that I'll put out there. And then of course we have Mercury in Saturn in Aquarius. And that is always about what is this world, how are we going to make this world more equitable? And, it's about social change. It's about making progress. So Saturn being there, it'll be slow, it'll be methodical, and it's the kind of change where we need to make this change, um, and it will last once we make it, but just like you have to stick and stay. You have to stick and stay with this. So, um, overall, I would say that this is definitely a moon that has to do with empowerment, healing the emotions, and history, and also it's an opportunity for us to be calling in the energy of our ancestors of light to assist us with this Pluto return that we are embarking upon. So let me open up this. I don't know why. Oh, I know where it went. Hold on one second, y'all. Mm. So I'm gonna do my best to go through kind of fast because sometimes I don't know, like, do y'all like this? I just be feeling like I'm talking way too much. Okay, y'all know I love using my cheat sheets. And I'm gonna start with Cancer. That way I can go in the order of this cheat sheet. Okay, so for Cancer, this full moon is giving you an opportunity to consider all the topics that I have mentioned before, but also looking at your life as a whole. Cancer, what does this moon have to tell you about your path forward? What does this moon have to tell you about how you have achieved? See, the thing that everybody needs to remember is the full moon is a time to celebrate. Okay. I want y'all in the comments, because I know I got some Cancerians out there. Don't y'all be playing with my emotions, Cancerians. Drop in the comments. Um, when are you going to celebrate at this full moon? But yeah, what wins do you have and how you've made progress? Make sure you give yourself an atta girl so that you feel like you're making progress and you'll keep doing it, Cancer. But this could be actually, a pretty tough moon for you just because that Pluto is there. Um, but on the other hand, I love that this is your moon. A full moon in Cancer is like this is your time. And maybe some of the Cancerians really do need to do some type of a release, so that you can free yourself and open up your intuition more and just feel good about your success. Cancerians are a little hard on themselves. It's really interesting to watch y'all. Next is Virgo, which is the second. No, I'm not going in the wrong direction. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm going in the wrong flipping direction. Oh, no, not Virgo. I don't even see Leo on here. Where are you, Leo? Okay, let me see here. Sorry, y'all. Oh, there's Leo. There you are, Leo. Okay. Sag. Okay. Taurus. Got it. Okay. Next, I'm going to go over Gemini. Gemini, you're next. So it's not, just go with me, y'all. Just rock with me, roll with me. Okay. So, the other thing, Cancer, is yes, you want to just think back since 2018, do a full review of your life, your body, your health, your beingness, and look at anything that kicked off new back then. Are you completing it now? Or are you further down the path with completing it? Okay, for the second house is going to be Gemini. So this house has to do with taking care of yourself and um, what you eat. It has to do with your self worth and your self value, history and family. So this could be a moon where you are a bit nostalgic and Gemini, and yeah, a bit nostalgic. And let me see here. Am I going the right direction? I don't know. A bit nostalgic, and okay, I think I know what to do now. And let's see here. You could be finding that you have made some inroads and some progress in your money. So I remember the Geminians and the Sagittarius really struggling with finances when the eclipses were in the second and the eighth house, or when they were in Cancer and Capricorn. And so the Geminians, and maybe Geminians are taking better care of themselves too, now that I think about it. So that's something else to think about. Celebrate your money, celebrate um maybe any inroads that you've made regarding like how you feel about yourself, how you care for yourself, how you're eating. And yeah, like I said, you might be a little bit extra, a little bit extra, what's the word I want to use? Uh, 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 Tender. We'll say it that way. Tender. Okay, so for the third house, this is the Tauruses. Yeah, third house. Now, for the Tauruses, maybe you've made an achievement with something with learning. And, it's interesting. My younger son is a Taurus rising. And, you know, school has never been something that he would say is his favorite. He went off to college last semester and he just found out a couple of days ago that he made the dean's list. So, of course, I'm proud. Me and my husband, we proud as all get out. But I'm gonna tell y'all that was a huge win. First of all, he was homeschooled. He didn't even really understand what it was. I had to explain it to him. But I'm telling y'all, that was a huge win for him. Because that has been a huge learning school has been a huge challenge for him. So something like that for the Tauruses, maybe you finish some writing. Um, and like I said, I think that this is um, a transit that has to do with releasing and letting go of some emotion. So maybe something up in the mind for the um, maybe emotional release would help unclog your mind, Tauruses. Because I'm a Taurus moon. I'm like, ooh, that just hit me. Um, Maybe there's something with the business that has come to a revelation that you're going to have a revelation about. And it might be some releasing and letting go. I really do think this is a moon that has to do with releasing and letting go, or something coming to light that you just didn't see. Sometimes, it has to do with something that's putrid because it's Pluto in this moon too. So, it might just be something that's just like dark, rotten, down underneath, and it comes to light, and you just need to release it and let it go. Maybe it's something that needs to be spoken, Taurus, because this is the third house. Okay, now I know which direction I'm going in. Next is going to be uh, the amazing Aries. This is happening in your fourth house. Now, for the Aries, anytime Cancer is popping off or um, Capricorn, this is a time for you to definitely look at a time of new beginnings and change. This would be probably a very emotional moon for Aries, even Sag and Leo. These are happening in houses that have to do with emotions or the inner world. So, some of the Aries might just be really crying today, all nostalgic, wanting their family and their children to be around them. Um, what else do I want to tell the Aries? Yeah, definitely releasing and letting go of some emotions. And let me go back to the chart. Sometimes it helps me to look at the chart to remind myself. And where what have you achieved in that fourth house um over the last 2 years or so regarding family, emotions, history, ancestors? Oh my God. This may be a really important moon for Aries to heal something regarding their ancestors for sure. And if some deep, dark secret comes out, Aries, just know, it's sort of like a part of the process. Okay. Let me see here. So next we're going to go to Pisces. Oh my God, Pisces. I'm so excited for you. So this moon could be bringing this is fifth house, okay, for the Pisces. So y'all can see what I have up here on the screen. So for the Pisces, this is happening in your fifth house. So this actually could be bringing like this fullness of you like really feeling good about yourself in some way, or just being like, you know what? The only way I'm really gonna step fully into my power is to unlock and unleash my gifts, just to go on ahead and be uniquely who I am and to shine and to just move forward with my gifts and my talents. It could be bringing something to you regarding your children. Maybe some memories regarding your children. I'm not going to lie. I cried today. I did. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get used to being an empty nester. Cause, I am one of those mamas that's just like, I love my children and they are young. And so it's time for them to go off and, create their own lives. And I'm home based. Me and my husband, we're home based, and I give thanks for that, but I did get a little bit sad because I was like, oh, my second son is leaving. My older son has been gone for a while. So sniffles. For those whose children are home, though, it could just be bringing something to light. Maybe you have that tender moment for your children today. My heart goes out to all the moms who have lost their children, because sometimes these kind of moons can make y'all really, really sad, because it's such a nostalgic moon about family. And so, I just want to let you know I see you, and my heart goes out to you. And anytime you want to express yourself to me, I invite you to do that, because I know this culture in general doesn't like talking about death and loss. And it's the only way that people can continue to live normal lives, is to be able to talk about that loss, that great loss of a child. So, my heart goes out to all of the moms, but some of the Pisces moms, if you've lost children, it could be really challenging. Or if you're like me, you're empty nester, it just could be a little bit of an emotional day, very nostalgic. It's like I have good memories, and it just you're just like, oh, I just remember the good days. Anyway, let me keep going. Let's see here. I just really think too, some of the Pisces who've been like super creative may see the culmination of their creative work. The other thing is, I do think it's important Pisces get past these emotions and get this work out into the world. And the last thing is, it could be something coming to light for Pisces regarding like romance or dating, like something about that topic could be coming up for you. And then the sixth house, no, this is, I went the wrong direction. Next is going to be Aquarius. And so for Aquariuses, it could be something regarding your health that you have to start really facing, or it'll come up, or maybe you've achieved something really good. Um, but I do think that this moon is asking you to perhaps look at something that needs to be purged or released. Um, Let me see here. If it's 6 house 12. Yeah, it could be highlighting. Now, this could be a pretty challenging moon actually for some of the Aquariuses, because part of this moon is in that house that has to do with the subconscious mind. And so it could just be a moon that it's like all your stuff just gets activated and lit up during this moon. You might just be feeling like you see every problem that, ever existed. It could be that you finally have solved your problems too, for some of the Aquariuses out there. Um, and for you, let's see here, what would you get nostalgic about? You might get nostalgic about remembering when, you worked somewhere or you had a certain lifestyle of some sort. And I just invite everybody as we get nostalgic to use those memories as a resource. Just begin to understand that our memories, we don't want them locked inside of us. Instead, we want to use them as a resource. I do encourage the Aquariuses to make sure you're making choices that take good care of yourself. My husband's an Aquarius, and I was sort of happy that he couldn't rip and run and go do that thing today, because he would have driven hours. He's going to get some rest because he's always taking care of his dad. Let's see here. Seventh house. Oh my goodness. So yeah, for the Capricorns, this is another moon that you could start seeing a shift. You might be seeing a culmination of something that was started, especially like a relationship or some type of partnership that you've had. It might come to an end. Maybe it needs to be repaired. And so this moon is going to kind of bring up what needs to be brought up so that this thing can be right, so it can feel good. Let me see here. Seventh house. Oh, also balance. I think that the topic of balance will be very important for the Capricorns. I do think that this is one where the Capricorns really need to kind of consider their health and well being. So much is going on in your sign right now. So I think it's important for you to take care of yourself. And it might mean that you need to be making some choices over the next couple of weeks. Um, Maybe even through March, top of March, to make sure that you're getting some. You're going to people to get like massages if you can. I mean, I know we're still caught up in a worldwide situation, but where you go and you um perhaps get a massage or feet worked on or something. I don't know. Get somebody to do something for you is what I'm saying. Maybe you go get some good food. I forgot to say that. Folks want to eat good today. Okay. When we have cancer going on, there's a lot of Cancerians out there that can cook. Don't be sleeping on cancer. Cancer likes to cook. Cancer likes good food. Something else that I want us to think about is, cancer is something about the stomach. And so we want to take this time to look at how's our stomach feeling, how's our gut feeling, and also to trust our gut. Okay. Sagittarius, this is happening for you in the eighth house. Yeah, Sagittarius. So this is a house that could be bringing up your stuff, especially, wounding, just sort of like what I talked about in the beginning, where it just kind of like, it's like you got to purge some stuff that's there. And yeah, I think that's very, very like relevant. Oh, there we go. Eighth house. Okay. It's a time of change and transformation. So you may want to be looking to see, has something culminated for you? Um, are you finishing some big change or transformation that you have embarked upon? This one actually is a money house too, so it could have something to do with your finances. I don't know if I said that for Gemini. Gemini could be seeing some culmination regarding finances. Did I say that? Same for Sagittarius. But your finances, it could have something to do with taxes. It could have something to do with shared resources. It could be coming to a culmination of some sort, and uh, maybe some revelation regarding money, and maybe something needs to be purged, transformed in some kind of way. I do encourage the Sagittarius to take time to do deep, intense self care with this moon. You know, to get in a bath. It's a really nurturing sign. So anything you can do that would nurture yourself in a healthy way, I encourage you to do that. Nurture and nourish. Okay, for all the Scorpios out there, this is happening in the ninth house. So the ninth house has to do with expansion. And so maybe you've seen yourself expand and now you're going to see the results of that. What I will say is, it's important for the Scorpios to make sure that, they continue to purge and release and own their power, because a lot of Scorpios have experienced, some serious trauma. Not all. My husband has a lot of Scorpio, no trauma, which is very rare from what I see. So I encourage you, for if you are a Scorpio has experienced trauma, you want to make sure that you continue to, you know, like I talked about in the beginning, we've got to begin to let it go so that it's not blocking us, but we turn it into a resource. I think that's very important for Scorpios. And Scorpios, it's something about the mind of Scorpio that needs to be addressed in order for Scorpio to really like open up and bloom and blossom. Okay. Because you have that Capricorn in your third house. And so like sometimes you can't be so sober, right? You can't be so serious. And sometimes Capricorn it makes Scorpio a little bit cynical, and like I don't know exactly how to explain it because folks know how we are. I'm a Scorpio rising. Negative Nancy. That's another one. Like, I don't know. Cause Capricorn, it'll take action, but it's sort of like sometimes it's a little bit slow about it because it's just like trying to do all this planning and then it just goes so negative. So it's like, you want to begin to purge your mind of all of that, Scorpio, so that you can grow and expand and develop a new paradigm that will help you move in the direction that you want to go. It could be you are seeing some ending regarding you've studied something and you've accomplished, you finished all the requirements for that certification, or you're starting to teach, or maybe you're gonna travel, Scorpio. You've booked a trip, especially, to another country, maybe someplace where there's a lot of water, oceans. Oh yeah, something else is about paperwork. Some of the Scorpios out there working on their paperwork to go to another country. And it's also a time to focus on learning from a guru, sage, expert, higher wisdom text also. So maybe you'll find it with this moon and it's going to help you to purge and release some things. So next is going to be Libra. So for the gorgeous Libras, this is your 10th house. So you're one of the signs that this is happening in a pivotal house. You may notice something really big, maybe started back in 2018 and you're seeing the culmination of it, or it's just something with your career is just like you're seeing this thing. It could be something that potentially you could be liberated from, but through a purge of some sort. Um, and let me see here. Uh, Libra. Yeah, it might be for the Libras, just 100. There's definitely something in the emotions that probably needs to be purged, released, let go of, in order for you to emotionally succeed at life. Again, I don't think people understand. We don't just put on blinders and just move forward. A lot of times we are locking down emotions, and this is not good. Sometimes we just got to lock the emotions down and just dig in and do it. But that cannot be our only, method of operation. So I think Libra honestly needs to unlock, you know, be willing to purge something in the emotional body. Maybe you got too much stuff in your house, Libra, which most Libras don't, but maybe you do have too much stuff in your house and you need to let it go, or it's something about the inside of you or your home. You've got to like purge it, and it's like going to free you up emotionally, and your career will change. It will take off. For the Virgos, this is happening in the 11th house, which I'm happy for the Virgos. Okay. I'm happy for the Virgos. Um, because the 11th house is the house of gains, it's a house of good fortune. And so I think that the Virgos could find that they are really achieving something. And it's interesting. My older son, he uh, was traveling back to the academy and ended up getting COVID and had weightlifting competition that he had been training for ever since he came home, right? And he sent us videos today. He's a Virgo son. He sent us Virgo videos today because he was like not excited about going after having been sick and, lost some of his momentum with training and, just his energy and everything. I'd be doggone. He was lifting them weights. He was pushing them weights. So it was just really exciting to see that, he had a good competition. So it could be something like that for the Virgos. Some of the Virgos might be feeling like, I'm finally making some money, from their work. And maybe something with friends is really opening up for you, though. It might be time for Virgo to also be looking at, like, I know you humble and everything, Virgo, but sometimes you can't hide your light. Okay. What's making you hide your light, Virgo? So you want to purge anything that's making you not shine. Okay. Virgo, come on, shine, Virgo, shine. Okay. Last but not least, I hope and pray I got them all, is the glorious Leos. And this is happening in your 12th house. Wow. Yeah. So, Leo, could be a really emotional moon for you also. Oh yeah, it's on here. Also, for the Leos, I think it's important that you take this moon to just kind of go within and be with yourself and, maybe do some art and just kind of be to yourself and quiet, because this moon could be bringing up stuff on the inside of you, like really bringing up, again, this moon is not nostalgic, making you really want to connect with the ancestors and your guides. Um, the 12th house is hidden from the first house when we're looking at charts. So if we look at um, this for Leo, where is it? So we have the first house right here, 12th house here. Everybody has a first house. Everybody has a 12th house. So the 12th house is hidden from the first house. So sometimes Leos may feel like access to their emotions, even their ancestors feel. Leo's very proud of the ancestors. I will say that, but it's something about that maybe it's more the emotional thing. I don't know, that's hidden from um, Leo, but it will not be hidden today. There will be something that you can access and tap into when it comes to your emotions, ancestor spirituality, that um, will it'll be really good. But I do think it's all about, to a certain degree, for the Leos. I think it is important for y'all to make sure that you're gonna unlock certain emotional things, or something inside of you that you really want to be healed up by addressing your lifestyle and your body, because Capricorn is in your 6th house, and that is where Pluto with the sun is. Pluto conjunct, or sun conjunct Pluto. Sun is our natural brilliance, and Pluto is about change and transformation. And so it's just an energy where, one of the ways I described it in the my inner circle is, it's like you can get a lot of clarity about some stuff with this moon. So I really am excited for us all. and hope that this has been helpful and would love to hear your comments on what you've heard and how this moon is played out. The full moon lasts 2 weeks. So yeah, I would say, let me just see something really quick. Like I said, I'm making all this up as I go because I didn't have a chance to prepare. But I want to just see something. Cancer, Cancer affirmations. Oh, you have to put astrology in here, baby. But that's good to know. I have a friend who's really going through with Cancer right now. Uh, okay, I love this one. Yeah, I love just going on and finding words that inspire me. That's who and what I am. And I just did a search for this. So I love this. The world benefits when I'm part of it. The world benefits when I'm part of it. So definitely. My emotions make me stronger. And we need to develop a relationship with our emotions. But I do love that one. I follow my intuition and trust it where it leads me. Cancer is a very intuitive sign, and it's about trusting your gut. My loving nature makes me who I am. I love that one. Compassion and understanding benefit myself and others. So, yeah, wow. I mean, you saw me just type it up right then, and that's a lot of what we talked about this moon represents. I forgot I have some cards in my desk. Anytime I need to pull out a quick affirmation or two, affirmations are speaking things into existence. They get a bad rap, but affirmations are all that in a bag of chips. I'll never stop doing affirmations as far as I am concerned right now. Okay. Okay. I didn't come this far to allow doubt to win over. I didn't come this far to allow doubt to win over. And I love my little mindfulness cards. This is called Mindful Messages. So let's see what this one has to say for us in this moon. And y'all give commentary in the comments about what I'm sharing right now. I'm not going to give commentary. I'm going to let y'all do that. This one says, Mirror. In order to change my life outside, I need to change inside. Once I'm open to this change, my exterior reality will begin to mirror those new shifts. Seeing that word shifts. I'm not going to talk about it right now. I'll be back maybe tomorrow. Shift happens. Tomorrow we will begin new shifts. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about what I've shared. I'm asking y'all to give commentary on these affirmations and the mindful messages and everything. I'm asking you all to journal, work with the goddess Yemonja. I relate her energy to Cancer, like no question. She is the energy of Cancer. She's the energy of the mother. Make sure you light your candles and open yourself up to be imbued with this loving, nurturing energy to take into 2022. The energy of self care. This is the energy of Cancer. Take that in with you. Um, Self care is what I would consider to be a power tool, magical. And there's nothing like Yemoja or Set and whatever other names we want to call it, Cancer, the moon, to yeah, to help us with that self-care piece. So thank you all so much. I wish you an amazing full moon in Cancer, and know that I see you, I hear you, I care about you. We're gonna do this, goddesses. All right, y'all take care. Peace and love. Mwah.